Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for joining us. So we're going to continue with the 10th, this is Canto 7, Chapter 10. I wanted to seek your good wishes and your blessings so that we can understand a little bit more about the glories of Nrsingadev and Prahlad Maharaj. This is a beautiful verse, second verse of this chapter. Shri Prahlada Uvacha Mama Palayo Bhayoptaptya Saktam Kameshu Daivaraha Tatsargapito Nirvino Mumukushtam Upashitaha.
I read? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an atheistic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. This is Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsingadev, telling him off actually. Please don't tempt me with these illusions. So let's look at this chapter. Prahlad Maharaj, the best among exalted devotees. Prahlad rejects material benefits. So Nrsingadev, Lord Nrsingadev offered him anything he wants. What do you want, my dear boy? I've come for you. Anything you like, you can have. But he rejected the benedictions, considering them to be impediments in his journey of bhakti yoga. So all the benedictions that were offered by Lord Nrsingadev, he rejected, saying that he only wanted liberation from materialistic life. So he didn't want material desires. He smiled, thinking that the Lord, by tempting an ignorant boy, was teasing him. And he said, please do not allure me. Due to my demoniac birth, I have so many crazy desires. But don't allure me. Don't tempt me to go down the route of sense enjoyment. I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart, there will be no material desires. And of course, the reason why we're here are these very material desires. Unfortunately, hard to shake off because unfortunately we've become too much in association with Maya, basically. Maya is keeping us here. And what is Maya? Maya is that which is not. We are thinking Maya is very nice because we think we're getting some material pleasure by fulfilling our material desires. But it is not that, because we will not get permanent benefit due to the illusory nature of this material world. The ultimate goal of bhakti is not material achievements, but love of God, Godhead. When one is allured by material possessions, they are considered to be given by Maya. But when one uses them for Lord service, they are considered God's gift for enhancing bhakti. So there's nothing wrong with material possessions per se. It's our attitude towards them. If our attitude towards them is they're mine and I'm going to enjoy, then we are on a slippery slope. If our attitude is this is given by God to be used in his service, I am simply the caretaker, then for on behalf of the Lord, then that's the correct position. So then we won't go wrong, because we look after those possessions on behalf of the Lord and use them on behalf of the Lord. One who desires material benefits in exchange for devotional service is no better than a merchant. So Prahlad Maharaj is very clear. He's telling Nrsingadev that if I take any material benefits in exchange for my devotion, how does that make me better from any businessman? It's just a business transaction then. There's no bhakti involved. A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or a pure devotee. That's why the devotees of the Lord They never want anything from the Lord. They just want to serve him no matter what. They don't even want anything spiritual, any spiritual awards. This is the glory of the pure devotees. I can understand material benefits, trying to avoid, but they would also avoid spiritual benefits. So it's really, these devotees are extraordinary. And that's why Krishna can't repay the debt, because even he offers them spiritual benefits. They will say, no, it's okay. I just want to serve you. Similarly, a master who bestows benedictions upon his servant because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not a pure master. But when a human being is able to give up all material desires in his mind and serves the Lord with bhakti, he becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulence like the Lord's. He becomes eligible. But of course, the pure devotee, even becoming eligible, does not even want to possess the wealth and the opulence that the Lord has. He's happy simply serving the Lord, pleasing the Lord. So the next part of this chapter, Lord Nrsimhadev said, okay, you don't want it, but I'm ordering you to enjoy the kingdom of the demons for 1 day of Manu. That's equal to 27 yugas, which is approximately 116.6 million years. It's a long time. So the Lord is ordering him, you're going to have to take over the kingdom of your father. At the same time, however, you should remember, you should always hear messages about me. So he's advising him, and be absorbed in me. Don't worry about karma, because you're already a Jivan Mukti. You're already liberated in this very life. And at the end of this life, you will come back to me, to Godhead. And anybody, this is a wonderful blessing Nrsimhadev gives to Prahlad. Anyone who remembers your activities and says your prayers will become free from the reactions of material activities. Because at one point he did say to Lord Nrsimhadev that let everybody become liberated and let me stay here and suffer their sins. Let everybody become liberated. This is the mood of the pure devotee. But then Prahlad, Lord Nrsimhadev kept saying to him, I want to give you something. Ask for something. So then he did ask for something. May the Lord please forgive his sinful father. Can you imagine? The father was harassing him again and again, trying to kill him in so many different ways, insulting him, putting him in association with the teachers who are very much materialistically minded. But yet the son felt no enmity towards his father. And what does he ask from the Lord? The one thing he asked for, please forgive my father. And previously he had prayed for the deliverance of all people suffering in this world. But now he wants to hear it from his own father, the Lord's own mouth, that his father is purified by the Lord's mercy. So the Lord replies, not just your father, 21 generations of your forefathers have been purified. So this is the point about becoming a devotee. Many people will not understand. They will criticize, look, Bhakt Banigyo, he's become a devotee at such a young age, or he's become a devotee and he's given up his material enjoyment. But what they don't understand is actually this is for the benefit, not just of that person who's become a devotee, but 21 generations of the forefathers benefit by becoming purified. This is amazing. The Lord is so kind. He looks, even if they're like Hiranyakashipu, of course, Hiranyakashipu was a devotee anyway, but there were others in this line who were just demons. They were not descendants from Vaikuntha. They were just demoniac, but they also all became freed. They all became purified because of one boy, Prahlad Maharaj. My devotees are never envious of anyone because they are attached to devotional service to me. And then Prahlad, he says to Prahlad, you are the best example of all the devotees. Whoever follows your example will become my pure devotee. Now take charge of your father's kingdom by keeping your mind fixed upon me. This is an amazing interaction between Lord Nrsingadev and a 5-year-old boy, Prahlad Maharaj, his devotee. Then it describes in this chapter that a devotee is not obliged to follow the Vedic regulative principles. He has no rules to follow because he's already liberated. But still, he follows them as a matter of etiquette to set an example for common people. However, he has his faith in the Supreme Lord and not in the rituals. There's so many rituals in the Vedic tradition that one is recommended to follow, only to get you to the path of bhakti. Once you're on the path of bhakti, then there's no rituals to worry about, because the faith in the Lord is fixed. It's not in the rituals, but it's in the Lord. This is important for us to understand as well, that we shouldn't get too entangled in the rituals, but try to focus on pleasing the Lord. That is the key. Pleasing the Lord. Whatever we do, if it pleases the Lord, that is the absolute key in all our dealings. So we may be involved in ritualistic offering of arti and whatever else, right? Yagyas and prayers, just saying them without really understanding what they mean. That's just ritualistic. And we may not put any feeling into that. Chanting, we may just be chanting for the sake of chanting. But if we chant with feeling and love for the Lord, that is proper chanting. Okay. So then, after performing the funeral rites of his father, Prahlad was enthroned as the king of the demons. The other day, we met somebody and he was amazed. He said, you got a nice picture of Nrsingadev, but what's Prahlad doing there? Prahlad is a demon. Yeah, it's true. He was born in a demoniac family, but he wasn't a demon. He was a devotee. But here you can see he's been made the king of the demons. Prahlad prayed to, Brahma prayed to Lord Nrsingadev. It is our good fortune that you have now killed this demon. Because of my benedictions that I gave, Hiranyakashipu became excessively proud and transgressed all the injunctions, destroying the Vedic system. Because he turned everything upside down. He turned good karma into bad karma. If you did good karma, you get bad results. He was so powerful, he could change material nature. So he turned things upside down. And the Lord replied to Brahma, you should be very careful. Don't give such benedictions to demons again. So Brahma got a bit of a telling off for giving all the different boons to Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad then worshipped the demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva. And then along with Sukracharya and great saints, they made Prahlad the king of the demons. The discourse by Narad to Yudhishthir about Nrsingadev and Prahlad began when Yudhishthir asked about Shishupal attaining Sarupya Mukti, because he saw Yudhishthir saw in the assembly Krishna got his chakra and killed Shishupal. But Shishupal, his Atma, the Atma went into Krishna and got Sarupya Mukti. He was amazed. What happened? He's a demon. How can he merge with the Lord? So that's when Narad Muni was asked the question by Yudhishthir. Explain, I don't understand. He's a bad man. But now he's with Krishna. So Narad told him about Shishupal's previous births. And now he's concluding the pastime. He's explaining how Hiranyakashipu, how Jay and Vijay in the spiritual world were cursed to become demons. The first birth was Hiranyakashipu in Hiranyaksh, and now they're being killed. They've been killed. The next birth was Kumbhakarna and Ravan, who was killed by Ram. And the third birth, which is what you witnessed, Shishupal and Dantavakra, they also had enmity against the Lord because they were completely absorbed in the Lord, even though it was in a negative way. It doesn't matter because the Lord is completely neutral. So even if one is negative against the Lord, if one is completely absorbed in that thought of the Lord, one will achieve liberation. But it's of course always better to be favorably inclined to the Lord, because our enmity will not be complete. We won't be completely absorbed in the Lord. But if we are favorably inclined to the Lord, then there's a much better chance of becoming very close to the Lord very quickly. So either way, one gets liberated. But of course, devotees, why would they want to be against the Lord? We want to be for the Lord. We want to be with the Lord. Thus, they were killed by Lord Krishna. They achieved the liberation known as Sarupya Mukti. In this narration, Bhagavad Dharma, the principles of religion that help one understand the Lord, is described, as well as the qualities of the Mahabhagat, Prahlad Maharaj, and also the qualities and activities of the Supreme Lord. Narad Muni explains, one who hears and chants this narration will certainly be liberated from material bondage. He will go to the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. So by reading these pastimes, by hearing these pastimes, our future is guaranteed in the spiritual world. Narad then said to Yudhishthira Maharaj, who was thinking himself, he was hearing about the glory of Prahlad, and he was thinking, who can be better than Prahlad? And he was thinking himself, naturally, Yudhishthira's natural mood was this. He was thinking himself the lowest and the most incompetent and unqualified after hearing the narration of Prahlad. That was his natural mood anyway. But when he kept hearing the wonderful qualities of Prahlad, he realized, I'm nothing. I'm nothing compared to Prahlad. And this is the mood of the devotee, actually. The real devotee is always humble. Even he may be achieving amazing things because of the mercy of the Lord. He's always remembering it's only the mercy of the Lord that is allowing him to do anything. But see, this is the beauty of the devotee as well. Narad Muni then says to Maharaj Yudhishthira, he pacifies him. He says, look, you are so fortunate. The Supreme Lord, the original personality, Krishna, he lives in your house. This is unheard of. I come to your house to visit Krishna. The saints come to your house to visit. They never came to Prahlad. They never came to Prahlad. But they're coming to you. They come to the saints. So don't think yourself lowest. You're not. You're the greatest. Krishna is your dear friend. He's your well-wisher. He's your servant as well. And he's your guru as well. He's everything to you. And may the Lord be pleased with you. So this is the position of the devotees. They're so humble, but yet they're the highest. Yudhishthira was thinking himself the lowest, but actually he was the highest. Krishna, Swayam Krishna was living with him in his palace. Extraordinary. Although Nrsimhadev appeared for Prahlad, the Supreme Lord in his original form as Krishna, always living with the Pandavas. So they are more fortunate than Prahlad or anyone else. In addition, Krishna is your intimate friend, your cousin, your well-wisher, your spiritual master. So Narad Muni really glorifies Yudhishthira. Even exalted persons like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma could not properly describe the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So now, this was a little surprising for Yudhishthira. He was thinking, Lord Shiva, what do you mean, Lord Shiva? He's one of the greatest personalities. So what do you mean that he can't even describe the truth about Krishna? So then Narad Muni describes a pastime. There was a demon called Maya Danav, yeah. And he once defeated Lord Shiva and reduced his reputation. So what happened at that time? Krishna saved Shiva. Maya Dhanav, he made 3 invisible aeroplanes, cities. They were made from gold, silver, iron. They were made for the demons, who used them to defeat the demigods. And then the demigods, they approached Lord Shiva, please help us. This Maya Dhanav, so powerful. And Shiva said, don't worry, I'll destroy him. He did. He destroyed actually the cities. And all the demons died. But this Maya Dhanav was so powerful, he dropped all the demons into this well of nectar. And they all came out much, much stronger than before. They were invincible. And they actually defeated the demigods and Lord Shiva as well. So Lord Shiva became disappointed. And then at that time, Lord Vishnu gave a solution to Lord Shiva, or gave a solution to the situation. Him and Brahma became a calf, Vishnu became a cow, and they drank all the nectar in the well, while the demons helplessly looked on. And Mayadhana, demons were looking to Mayadhana, do something. The Brahma and Shiva in the form of cow and calf have drunk everything, all the nectar. How are we going to rejuvenate ourselves? And Mayadhana, he was very intelligent. He said, well, what is destined by the Supreme Lord cannot be undone. We can plan as much as we want, but no one's plan can be successful unless it's sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. So this is really good philosophy, very well understood, even by the demons. Then Lord Krishna, he equipped Lord Shiva with his own power and all the necessary paraphernalia, all the different weapons, shields, etc., to fight the demons. And at noon, Lord Shiva shot arrows which set fire to all the cities and destroyed them. So that's why Lord Shiva is known as Tripurari. It's another name for Lord Shiva. He destroyed the 3 cities. He's conqueror of the 3 cities. And then Narad Muni concludes, Krishna appeared as a human being, yet he performed many uncommon and wonderful pastimes by his own potency. Everyone can be purified by Krishna's activities simply by hearing about them from the right source. So that's the end of chapter 10 of the Bhagavatam, Canto 7. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any questions, any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Nariman.
Yes, it is something on the line of the illusion, because they say Maya is an illusion. But I think somebody else told me when this question was put to Srila Prabhupada, he said Maya is not an illusion, but Maya is there, but it is temporary. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's different. Actually, this material world is claimed to be illusionary by the Mayawadis.
Yes. Yes.
But it's not illusion. It's not illusory. It's temporary.
It's temporary.
But what Maya is that which is not. That's what Maya, that's a definition of Maya. That which is not. So we are thinking this material world is, enjoyable, right? Happiness is in this world. That's Maya, because that is not what this world is. This world is
it's not real happiness.
This is not real happiness. This is illusionary happiness. It's it comes and goes, and even if there is any happiness in this world,
it's only temporary, isn't it? Transient.
It's a little less suffering. Any happiness is a little less suffering. That's all it is. There's no real happiness, because we're still associating with this material world. You know, even if we have everything, all the possessions in this world, if our mind is not under control, like Hiranyakashipu, he had everything, yet he was not happy. His son challenged him, and it made him so unhappy. He wanted to kill his own son. So it's our attitude, it's our mind, which concocts all the issues.
Yes. The second thing was, did Prahlad rule for 1 day of Manu that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is in Satyug.
even beyond Satyug, because Satyug is life is generally 100,000 years.
Yeah.
So this is 116 million years he was allowed to live.
Yes.
Few kalpas.
It's incredible. Yeah, for us it's unimaginable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, we can't imagine rather.
Can't imagine it. Can't imagine it. But he never lost his, we'll see later on in the Bhagavatam how he comes to Bali. Oh no, did we already do that Bali bit?
No.
No, yeah, it comes a bit later. So he still has a big role in the Bhagavatam, Prahlad.
Mm, okay.
Thank you, Nariman. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your interest, and very nice. Anybody else? This is really the sweetest part of Bhagavatam. The next few chapters, the next 5 chapters are philosophy, but actually good philosophy, understandable philosophy, practical and helpful philosophy. So it's going to be interesting next few chapters. Oh, Rianch is with us. Has he done his exams? Anybody else? Okay, let's go to the lessons. Hare Krishna, Rianch. Oh, you can't hear us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, I can. Have you finished your exams?
No, Prabhuji.
Oh,
I am near to my exams.
okay. When are your exams?
My exams will end, Prabhuji,
Yeah, when?
April 1st.
April 1st. Okay, good. We're missing you. Okay. So Indulekha Maji, would you like to go through the lessons?
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. A lesson from Canto 7. So, chapter 1. The Supreme Personality of Godhead exists within the heart of every living being and is prepared to give bhakti yoga to everyone, but one must be capable of receiving it. Chapter 2. Since our consciousness can be changed by spiritual education, we simply have to carry out the order of the Supreme Lord to become free from the influence of the modes of material nature. Chapter 3. After long austerities and penances, one may obtain mystic powers which eventually are vanquished, but the powers obtained by the mercy of the Lord are never vanquished. Chapter 4. By their pious activities, some souls are promoted to the higher planetary system, thinking only of enjoyment, but it is stated that there is no peace and prosperity in the free world without disturbance. Chapter 5, it does not always happen that good parents get perfect children or vice versa. Good and great personalities can appear even in demoniac families. Similarly, demoniac personalities can take birth in pious families. Chapter 6, as the saying goes, education is taught at home. Anyone can start learning from a very tender age, where the brain is like sponge and an empty room ready to absorb and retain any acquired knowledge. Chapter 7, if we perform bhakti yoga in relationship with the Lord Shri Krishna, we can immediately acquire knowledge and detachments from the world and be situated on the platform of pure religion. Chapter 8, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so kind and merciful that he can appear in any form, anywhere, at any time, and in any circumstance, just to protect and to keep the word of his pure devotees. 9.
Oh, I don't know what happened to it. Sorry. I must have,
give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Let me retry.
Yeah. No problem. In fact,
what happened to my phone now?
I've got it anyway here. But in the meantime, while you're looking, Kamakshi, you can read Madhusudan's instructions.
Okay. Haribol. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Yeah.
Key instructions for Canto 7, Chapter 10. While we are in this material world, we will end up acting sometimes piously and impiously. So we are instructed to manage this expertly like the exalted Prahlad Maharaj. was an expert and who is described as Jivan Mukta, liberated while still in this material body. This management of Papa Punya can be expertly managed by thinking always of the Supreme Lord and doing an unalloyed devotional service. Thus, the reaction of suffering cannot affect as greatly as bhakti also nullifies impious actions. Hare Krishna.
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Can I bring you back in about 10 minutes?
Indulika Mataji, have you found it?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I think my phone has given up now.
Okay.
Never mind.
I got
We
it.
can read it.
I have the copy. I have it here. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Chapter 9, one doesn't need high educational qualifications or certain age to attain the Lord, who is attainable by anyone at any time through pure devotional service.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Nice one. Thank you for that. Sorry, I know what I did. I emailed it to myself too early. Yeah. Thank you. I wanted to ask, I want to just mention this pastime of Prahlad. It's one which is the favorite of so many. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar, they would recite this over and over again. Prabhupada, he quotes Prahlad Maharaj endlessly. Guru Maharaj, he used to love these chapters. The reason is Prahlad was such a innocent devotee, young, of course, but not asking the Lord for anything. He was simply absorbed in the Lord. And anything that would happen, he would just, even if it was bad or inauspicious, he would just ignore it because he was so absorbed in the Supreme Lord. And because he was so absorbed, the Lord was constantly looking after him, constantly protecting him. So it's really an exalted, very exalted level of consciousness, Krishna consciousness. And it's something that is a model for aspiration. Hence why Yudhishthira Maharaj was feeling, oh, Prahlad is way ahead of me in terms of his level of consciousness towards Krishna. So it's something that we aspire for. Prahlad's mood is extraordinary, actually. So
Hare
it's
Krishna,
worth reading.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
I have a question. So, do we know who Prahlad Maharaj was in his previous birth?
Yeah.
No, we haven't
We haven't
found
looked.
that out.
No, I haven't looked. Do you want to find out and let us know tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I'll try.
Okay, but we will find out. We haven't.
Yeah, if we search, everyone can search, and whoever comes up with it.
But I can tell you one thing. I was amazed. I did look it up a long time ago, and he was quite an ordinary person, as far as I remember. So, and that's very encouraging for us. That you know, he in his previous life, he wasn't such a amazing personality. Apparently, I think anyway. So
and then we should know what is the actual incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. Maybe in the Gaur Leela, he may have been one of.
Oh yeah, most probably, yeah. Most probably, he would have been involved in Gaur Leela. Yeah, true.
Okay.
All right, Hare Krishna. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let's go to the Nishinga Kavach.
Prabhuji?
Yes, Nanivel.
Before that, I put a question on the chat. Can I ask Kamakshi Mataji and Jayanti Mataji about a recipe, Faradi recipe for making doklas?
Oh, we've got the book.
I forgot to bring it on Friday.
We got the book for everybody.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll take a photo and send that to you.
Which flour do you use?
Samo.
For a quick,
Samo.